I think I'm in love with Hayao Miyazaki's work. Hey, I'm Amy and welcome back. Today I am checking off the Hayao Miyazaki classic Studio Ghibli film Spirited Away. I have never watched an anime before or really watched one all the way through. I'm not usually a huge fan of anime. I think the only real anime I ever watched was like Sailor Moon or Pokemon when I was very young. So I don't really know much about the world of it, but with the job I have spent quite a bit of time skipping through Hayao Miyazaki and Studio Ghibli films, so I'm not new to the art form, I just have never watched one all the way through. A quick summary for Spirited Away is Chihiro and her parents are moving to a new house. On the way, they stumble across a seemingly abandoned amusement park. After her parents are turned into pigs, Chihiro meets a mysterious Haku and learns that she has been transported into a supernatural realm filled with witches, spirits, and very strange creatures. In order to free herself and her parents, Chihiro must work for the villainous Yubaba, who controls the realm. As usual, the book doesn't really offer a whole lot in the ways of behind the scenes or interesting factoids that I love so much, but it does comment on the originality and irreplicable nature of Hayao Miyazaki's work. His art looks and feels so real while having very true and relatable characters, and not having what the book calls cloying characters in a patronizing tone that a lot of animated features have today. And I really agree with this. Being the first anime and Hayao Miyazaki movie that I have watched all the way through, I really just connected and was transported through the characters and art of this movie in ways that I have never been transported with any other animated feature or even some feature films. It's just Miyazaki's work is just so distinct and beautiful, and like you just get captured into this world that he has created. I really connected with Chihiro's character because when I was her age, around 10 to 13-ish years old, I was very much like her.
Chihiro, just wait in the car then.
But Mom! Wait for me!
I was a very big scaredy cat, very shy, didn't want to do a whole lot other than just kind of hide behind my mom and not talk to strangers, but I loved her evolution throughout the entire movie to just this very strong, confident, and amazing young girl. I think Chihiro's age in this is around 10 years old, and watching her go on this amazing journey of self-confidence and being independent, even as an almost 30-year-old, I'm a couple years off of that, I connected really well with this journey that she went through, making sacrifices for herself to save the people that she loves, and even making sacrifices for her parents to save the people that she loves that she has met in this new world. And I love the whole almost comedic aspect of how nobody is what they seem, nothing is what it seems. Characters will change face, almost literally change face, in an instant. Like at the beginning, Yubaba is really mean towards Chihiro. She takes her name, signs her up to work with her for life, and even tells her that she's going to work her until she just wants to give up. But then Chihiro proves that she's a great worker, stands up to some of the spirits, and proves herself in one of the toughest situations, and Yubaba comes to acknowledge Chihiro as one of her favorite workers, but then later on does a complete 180 again and doesn't like Chihiro again. And it's not only the spirits and creatures and other people that inhabit this supernatural realm, it's also the landscape of the realm that is completely changing as well. In the beginning, when Chihiro and her parents enter this amusement park, it's just this beautiful, abandoned looking place, but as soon as it turns to nightfall and the spirits start arriving, it changes to something completely different. And when it rains, the field floods, and there's just this huge, almost ocean-like quality to the field. And it's such a beautiful world that I never really knew existed, and I'm really happy I found it. And everything about this film is heightened by the score. The score in this is so beautiful. It's creepy and haunting and sad, but happy all at the same time. And it really brings in the atmosphere of the supernatural spirit realm. You feel like you're in this realm just watching it, getting sucked in. And it's only heightened on top of that by Miyazaki's beautiful artwork. Something I wish I had done at the beginning of watching this film was to watch it with the original Japanese language and have the American subtitles on instead of listening to the English dub. I did like, though, that when I was listening to the English dub, there were some voices that I recognized, especially the girl who plays Chihiro. She is Lilo in Lilo and Stitch. I don't remember the voice actress's name or the character's name, but it's the girl that helps Chihiro out through kind of her whole thing. She takes her under her wing a little bit, and she's played by the girl that plays Meg in Hercules, and Haku is played by one of my favorite characters in Full House, Jason Marsden. He plays one of DJ's old boyfriends slash best friend, and it took me like half of the film to realize that that's who it was. But I really like the American dub voice actors for this. But I feel like I would have gotten the whole experience by listening to this or watching this, I guess, in the original Japanese language with the subtitles on, because it has such a different feel. Emphases are put on different words in different places than the American actors would have done. So I think I may rewatch this again in Japanese just to kind of get the whole feel of it. Going along with that Japanese theme, this is a Japanese film and it does have a slight different way of telling a story than an American film. It's not super different, it's very subtle. It's mostly in the way that things flow a little bit, and some of the act structure is a little bit different, but I think a lot of American films, like animated films and regular films, can be somewhat predictable. And this, I don't know if it's the Japanese style of film because I haven't really watched, like I said, any anime at all. And the very few Japanese films I have watched are completely, like, Japanese and Chinese, like Hong Kong films, are all very structurally disruptive than an American film. So I think it may just be that Asian style of filmmaking is not adherent to a 3-act structure like an American one is, but the way that they tell the story, some of the things don't seem as predictable as you think. Like, you think it may go one way, but it completely doesn't. And it could also just be the way Miyazaki tells a story and the way, because this is a supernatural realm that they are in, it could be because of the supernatural elements. They can just go and do whatever they want. But I like the fact that some of the things weren't very predictable, but some of the things that were predictable, I didn't care that they were, because I was so sucked into the beauty and just everything about this movie was so beautiful, and it just sucked me in and I forgot about everything else. For the clip, I didn't choose the more popular and beautiful train scene, but instead this very short clip between Chihiro and No Face. I just love the way it looks and the way Miyazaki drew this just almost painting-like image. Plus, it's such a big turning point in Chihiro's growth, where she just becomes more independent.
Come closer, Sin. What would you like? Just name it.
And that's all I have for Spirited Away. I hope you enjoyed. As always, these are just my opinions, but I would love to know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know what you thought of Spirited Away and recommend me any other Miyazaki movies that I should watch. And if you would like to know my progress through this list or just follow it in general, there's a link to a Google Doc with every movie I have checked off so far in the description. So I've been dreading the moment where I get to a film that I do not want to watch or check off this list, and I hit that for next time. I was just looking through the list trying to decide what movie I wanted to watch next and came across this one. I saw this movie, sighed, and just thought, I guess if I must. I only say this because I had to flip through this film for work, not watch the entire thing, but it is a very long movie. Maybe not as long as Gone with the Wind, but it doesn't tell a particularly fun story, and this is just going to be one of those I just have to check it off to get it over with kind of movies. So the next movie I will be watching is the 2004 movie about Hitler, Downfall. And thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. I appreciate every single one of you. Let me know who you are in the comments down below and let's be friends. And if you enjoyed this, leave a like and subscribe if you're new, because I love talking all things movies, TV, filmmaking, and film history, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye!